All right, good morning. No, it's not morning. It's good night. I'm just joking with you, playing around with you. Listen, I'm excited. I'm excited about today's message. You can see the title right there. As usual, I'll get to it in a second, but there are some things that I would like to point out first. First off, I'd like for you to enjoy every single thing that is happening to you today in this time in this season. So before we get to where we're getting to, right? Before we go to where we're going to, before we do all these things, what I need for you to do, you listening, is just be grateful in this moment. Be grateful in this season. Be grateful in this moment. Be be happy. Be happy that life is still good, even if you don't recognize that it's good, even if you can't see that it's good, even if you can't believe or hope that it's good. Life is still good. So I hope you feel this way real quick. Let me just send this quick little message and we get it going on. So I hope you feel that way real quick. Life is good, and we want us to continue to be living what you would call the good life, right? Does that make sense? We want to continue to live the good life. The life is good. The good life is good. So that's what we want to do. Okay? Now everybody feels good. Everybody's saying thank you. Everybody's saying grateful. So let's see if we can till some soil real quick. I want to talk to you about something. I want to talk to you about effectiveness over efficiency, right? I want you to be more effective than you are efficient. And this goes against the very everything that you understand, right? Like this goes against everything. Like you don't like you're told practice makes perfect, and do it until you get it perfect, and do it until you get it right. You're told get it right, do it right. Don't move. Don't move. Don't sway. Don't be the best. Be the best. And as a matter of fact, some of you are taught and told that if you're gonna do anything, if you're gonna have anything, if you're going to do something, you need to be the best at it. You need to be the best, and that's true, right? You need to be the best at it. But I want to redefine for you what best is, but just a little bit, just a little bit. But this little difference is magnificently powerful. This little bitty difference is magnificently powerful. So before we go, I see some of you already sharing, so I want to invite you to keep sharing this and get people here. And I want to invite you to comment if you like something that I'm saying, and also, and besides, comment just makes it fun. I like to see you guys talking stuff amongst each other. And so basically, let's get down to it. There is a difference between being efficient and effective. I'm gonna define both. These are not Webster dictionary definitions, right? So this isn't something that is something in the definition. These are just my definitions, and I'm going to give it to you because they're pretty simple. Effective is to do something well, to do it well enough to get a compliment, right? Simple definition. Efficiency is to not only do it effectively, but to also do it almost or near perfectly. So effectively means doing something well enough to get the job done. Efficiency is to do something near perfectly while getting the job done. Okay? These two things. So I'm going to do this one more time because I see we got people joining in right now. I want to teach you the difference between effectiveness and then efficiency. But my goal after this video is for me to get you to choose effectiveness over efficiency. Okay, but we'll get there, and I'll make it all make sense here, and then hopefully you will be better for it after we're done. There is a time to be efficient, and then there's also a time to be effective. But if you want massive income, then you don't need to be efficient. you need to be effective. Okay. So thank you for your comments. Keep commenting. Let's see if we can get this thing going out. Let me redefine it one more time, and it might be a different definition of what I just said, but the gist of it is still the same. Remember, these are not the Webster Dictionary definitions. I'm just giving you definition that you can hold on to, definition that you can keep on to, because you need to be able to hold on to these definitions where you can understand them. Effectiveness is to do something, and to do something well, and to get the job done. Efficiency is to do something near perfect while getting the job done. And here's what I want you to do. If you're trying to be something, or if you're trying to start a new business, or in fact, I was just on the phone with a preacher of mine. If you're trying to have your own landscaping business, whatever it is that you're trying to do, excuse me, you need to not be efficient, but be effective. Let's see if we can. You can make a better hamburger than McDonald's. Okay, and this is a scenario. If you've hung around some network marketing circles, you've probably heard this before. You can make a better hamburger than McDonald's. Period. You probably can, right? You get it. You get your beef. You season it well, and some of you probably put some green onions in it. You chop up your onions, and you do a good job making your onions in that. Some of you get some egg, and you put the egg on top of your beef, and then you wrap it up. You make sure it gets all in there, and then you put your secret seasoning in there, and you do your mama's recipe, and then you do, you put some chili powder in there. Some of you even put some cayenne pepper, and it's more than just salt, pepper, and garlic. There's people right now, you can do a hamburger like nobody else can do a hamburger. You efficiently make a better hamburger than McDonald's. Period. Here's the problem. If you try to go in business and try to put McDonald's out of business, McDonald's will murder you with their effectiveness. Even though you're efficient, like hear me out. Even though you make a better burger than McDonald's, right? Like this is the deal. Even though you personally make a better burger than McDonald's, McDonald's business system is far more effective than yours, right? So let me see if I can break down to you what McDonald's has done better than anybody else on planet Earth, save the Catholic Church. McDonald's is the largest real estate owner there is, and they don't just own real estate. McDonald's owns real estate in prime areas in all the land. And they didn't just stop in America. They went to England and China. Like, McDonald's is everywhere. And so when you have that many locations, you're already more effective by reaching billions of people, while you, with your efficient hamburger, is sitting in your kitchen, and you have to go drive and deliver food. Have you ever did a fish dinner for an organization, or have you ever cooked and tried to raise some money? And so you had to distribute the materials in which you cook to the customers and in whom are paying. And so here you have it. You get your car, and you got to get your friends to come help, and they got their cars. You got two cars if you're lucky, and then one is going while the other one is not, and the other one is going while the other is not, and everybody's like, okay, let's go, and you're confused, and everybody's like, boom, boom, boom. And the deal is, you spend a lot of time. You spend a lot of time making a lot of gas back and forth. You've done a good job. You've done a great job. You should be applauded. But McDonald's don't have to call their friends. Come on now. Now you walking with me. McDonald's doesn't have to call their friends to get in their cars to deliver anything. Everybody comes to McDonald's. Let's see if I can break it down this way. McDonald's is so effective, not efficient, but effective in having many locations, that when you're taking a road trip and your kids say, Mama, I'm hungry. Daddy, I'm hungry. The first thing you say is, we'll stop at the first McDonald's we see. Now listen, you didn't even catch that McDonald's is so good at having locations anywhere. You have faith. Now you may not have faith in your next president. You may not have faith in which presidential candidate to choose from. You may not have faith in your brand You may not have much faith that your football team is going to win tonight or this morning or today. You may not have faith in any of those things, but you have enough faith to tell your children there's another McDonald's on the way, and we'll stop when we get to that one. You don't even know the city you're in. Many of you have gone to a McDonald's, sat down, have eaten in the McDonald's, or went through the drive-through at a McDonald's, and you didn't even know what city you were in. You understand what I'm saying? So McDonald's has a far more effective system than what you have. And that's a beautiful thing because they focused on being effective before they ever got to efficiency. I'm not saying don't focus on quality. Quality is important. You have to focus on quality. But you don't get to focus on quality like Apple now, today, without first focusing on an efficiency that Apple did before they became the Apple in which you know and understand. Let's see if we can break it down with Apple now. If efficiency meant anything, right? Now listen to me, right? So in fact, let me redefine the difference again so I can drive this point home. I want you to focus more on being effective than efficient, right? And here is my definitions. And again, it may come out a little differently, but there's still the gist of it, and it's not the textbook definition, it's a definition in which you can understand. To be effective is to do something well enough to get the job done. To be efficient is to do something near perfectly while getting the job done. Now, watch this here. Apple, when they first released the iPhone, they did it effectively. Now watch this here, right? Right? The iPhone 1 didn't even have MMS messages, right? This is something that somebody probably, what is that? Like, because we're so standard now that it doesn't even make sense not to have it. This is multimedia. Like when you got a video or a picture or something, you had to literally log into your email or something just to get the picture in which was sent, because it can only be sent through through email, because there was no capability. The iPhone did not have all the kinks worked out. They didn't have the iPhone 7 today has worked out many a kinks. It's more than 7 generations. It's because you got the C's and the S's and all the stuff in there. They went effective. They said, we've made this amazing. We've put in some efficient, we've been efficient in a lot of areas. We could probably do better, but it's effective now. Let's put it out there and make billions of dollars. Now, I'm going somewhere. You might as well walk with me. And then they said, oh, here's some changes. Here's some software update more efficiently. Here's the iPhone 2 more efficiently. Here's the iPhone 3 more efficiently. Here's the iPhone 4 more efficiently. Here's the iPhone 4S more efficiently. Here's the iPhone 5 more efficiently. Here's the iPhone 5S more efficiently. Let's go backwards a little bit and downgrade and to scale a little bit. Let's make it more effectively. iPhone 5C more efficiently. And they kept going up and up and up and up and up and up. And they went into different gradations or what's the smaller word? Different levels of effectiveness, different levels of efficiency. But if Apple would have waited to release its best iPhone, they would have just released their iPhone this month. And Apple wouldn't have the demand it has today. And it wouldn't be making billions of dollars a day. And they wouldn't have the cash flow because they stayed in the lab working on the product, trying to make it the most efficient thing possible. And they would have missed all the money that they could have made. Why? Because they spent more time being efficient than being effective. If you want to master business, you need to stop trying to be so efficient. Get you an idea and get your butt to work, right? Like get you an idea and hit the ground running. There's another way I like to say this when I personally mentor people. You are accustomed to ready, aim, fire. I have a problem with ready, aim, fire, because I would much rather ready, fire, aim, because I'm ready, I've done whatever my preparation work it is. I'm getting ready. Now I'm shooting. I'm hitting the ground running. I'm ready and I'm shooting. And then when I miss my target, or if I barely hit my target, or if I hit my target, then I recalibrate and I take aim and I shoot again. Somebody missing what I'm just saying, and I'm trying to break this down to you real good. Here's how you just do this here. You need to stop getting ready to get ready to get ready to get ready and do some work, because I can't boast about how good of a job you've done if you still in the lab. I can't boast about how good of a job you've done if you still in the back trying to be efficient. Listen to what I said about Apple. If Apple is releasing their best, hey Naomi, Apple is releasing their best. Hey Roberto, what's going on, man? Apple is releasing their best Apple phone right now. But if they waited, they wouldn't have the cash flow. They wouldn't have the FOMO, fear of missing out. Like, listen, guys, you got to get started. If you're not creating FOMO, if you're not creating fear of missing out, you're not cashing anywhere. And listen, in fact, let me see if I can, this is going to hurt a little bit. Let me bring you in. Let me get closer. Let me get closer. This is going to hurt a little bit. Let me get closer. I'm ready for my close up, Mr. DeVille. You don't get to be conscious and broke. I just waited. Did that hurt? I know it hurt. I know it did. You don't get to be woke and broke. You don't get to be conscious and broke. You don't get to be a righteous teacher and broke. You know, you can't be a broke. You can't be a righteous crackhead. You can't be a righteous loser. And I don't mean to be disrespectful to anybody, but you don't get to be woke and be broke. If you're going, you can't know knowledge. You can't know knowledge. You can't know how to be efficient and then know how to be effective and be sorry at both. If you have the knowledge, you strike with iron. You strike and you go. If you have the knowledge, you go now. So let's go back. Me personally, in my business strategies, and with anybody, and it's not just me. Ready, shoot, aim. This is what I do. I'm ready. I've done all my preparation work, and then I'm firing the target. Why am I firing the target? Because here's the problem. Here's why I'm firing the target. Here's why you need to understand. I am firing the target because most of you're not firing at all. You want to be a businessman, but you're too busy being a customer. You want to be a millionaire, but your work ethic is that of a poor person. You want to be happy, but you're disgusted and depressed all the time. Get ready. You've been getting ready. You already got. And matter of fact, let me see if I can back up a little bit and do this here. All of you who are Christian and you claiming to have faith, all of you, let me see if I can hit you again with some stuff that's gonna hurt. Now I just drew you in. Let me draw you again, because this one here is gonna hurt. This was gonna hurt worse than what I just said about being woke and broke. Okay, this is gonna hurt even worse. Here we go. This is gonna hurt. Stop using prayer as procrastination. I'm waiting again. And you caught it, right? Stop using prayer as procrastination. If you're Christian or whatever you like, I don't mean to be religious right now, but if you are, right, you don't get to pray about stuff the Lord has already given you permission to do. My goodness. You don't get to pray about stuff that the universe has already told you that you can knock out. You don't get to pray about things that you already have permission to do. You stop praying and get yourself up and go prove to me what you want to do. So stop being so efficient. Stop being so efficient and start being effective. I brought up Apple. Let's bring up Windows. Windows. I don't even know what the first one was. It's probably something DOS Matrix type stuff. But then I know for sure Windows 95, Windows 98, Windows, what was it? Windows Millennium Home Edition, Windows Millennium Windows XP. All right, everybody, like I was so mad when I got rid of Windows XP. Windows XP, Windows XP Home, Windows XP Professional, Windows 2000. And here's the deal: Windows and Windows has made a wonderful comeback. Windows, this is funny. Y'all missed it. Windows is so good at being effective. They messed up and then came back. This is all recently, and they killed everything in a good way. Came back. Windows 8 was so terrible. It was received so horribly by the general public. They skipped a whole number and then dropped Windows 10. Y'all didn't even catch that. Like you missed that whole thing. Windows 8, and they say, listen, let's just put this whole Windows 8 behind us. Let's just throw that back there, and then let's give you Windows 10. And they murdered Windows 10. Like, I don't even know anybody who's complaining about Windows 10. Here's the deal. They aren't worried about being talked about. They aren't worried about failing. They aren't worried about how you're talking about them. They're simply worried about being effective. In the effectiveness, get you a target audience and get some feedback, and then become efficient. Now, here's what you guys are doing. You guys are having an idea, and you're telling poor people your idea, and you're letting ineffective people give you ineffective advice, and they're making you ineffective. Please hear me again. You guys have good ideas, and you're telling poor people, and listen, most of these poor people are in your family. You have these, and I mean that with the greatest respect, but it is my custom to be blunt in people's face, right? You tell your wonderful dreams to ineffective people, and then they turn around and make you ineffective because they give you ineffective advice. And then when they give you ineffective advice, it effectively ruins your self-esteem, and then you therefore become extremely ineffective because you told the wrong people your dreams. Listen, if I've mastered nothing else, I move in silence. Stop telling people what you're trying to do, because everybody can't hold on to the gift that you have. And then some people will start giving you advice, and they start telling you, well, you need to get all your ducks in a row. You need to do no, 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 no. After you've planned, stop planning and get to work. Then when you get some feedback, then when you realize all that other stuff, then you start being efficient. Let me tell you why, and then I get right here and narrow this video out. Here's what you need to do. Here's what you need to understand. It makes no sense for you to have $1 million idea and nobody wants it. Did you hear what I just said? It doesn't matter if you have $1 million idea. If nobody wants it, you're wasting time, energy, and resources. Listen to what I'm saying. If you spend a lot of time getting ready to get ready, and you spend it, like, say you're a computer programmer like myself, right? If you spend a lot of time getting ready to get ready, and you're getting ready, and you're getting ready, and you're working on your idea, and you crossing all the T's, and you're dotting all the I's, and I heard an old man say this a couple of months ago, and curving all your S's. That's just too funny to me, right? You crossing all your T's, dotting your I's, and curving all your S's, and nobody wants that product. That's because you spend far too much time trying to be efficient instead of being effective and getting some feedback. So choose effectiveness over efficiency. Now this is I hope this is solid business advice, but it's most certainly the best way to make money. You don't need to have everything together. You don't need to have it all together. You don't even need to have investors. If you go out there and show people that your product can make money, investors will find you. If you go out there, if you lack money and you show that you have a good product but no customers, you will continue to lack money for the rest of your life as far as that project is concerned. But if you lack money and you have a decent product but customers knocking down the field and fences to get to your product, you'll find investors everywhere. And with that investor money, you can become efficient after you've already been effective. One more story, and I'm gone. This is a true story, and I listened to. First off, some of y'all need to start reading and stuff. Like poor. I'm gonna do a video on that. If you want to be poor, just don't read. That's that's the difference between poor people and rich people. Poor people don't read. That wasn't part of the script, but I just felt the need that I should go ahead and say that. Right? Here's the deal. Airbnb, right? You guys know it. Air, bed, and breakfast. Started with three guys, and they had some they didn't necessarily have money problems. I guess we all do, but they was like, well, listen, buddy, I've got the hotels out, and well, I got these air mattresses. I got these air mattresses, and they put the air mattresses down, and they rented the bed, and it worked. And some guys in air beds, they rented the air beds, their own property, and the people was like, man, this is awesome. You're gonna give us this money? This is great. And then here's what they did: they knew a computer programming. One of them could computer program. I may have that detail wrong, but somebody could computer program, and they built the crappiest website. And this is them talking. You can find this on the podcast. I cannot remember the podcast right now, but you can find this on the podcast on iTunes right now. This story. They did not like their website, and then here's what they did: they put up this crappy beta website and start selling. And guess what? Nobody had an issue with their website. Today, their website is flawless, but then nobody cared about their website. They only cared about the product. They did not try to become efficient. Their business would have died had it been for efficiency. Today, they after they start making money and they start going to their own website, they said, you know what? We want to make our website to where it only takes 3 clicks to book a room. Now watch it. 3 clicks. They want you to get to the website. After 1 click, you're 2 clicks away from clicking in. I mean, from booking a room. Another click, and by your 3rd click, they wanted you to be booked in. Now that is incredibly efficient. But they didn't start by doing 3 clicks. Listen to me. They're 3 clicks now. And I'm sure they're trying to figure out a way to get to 2 clicks. They're 3 clicks today. But they started with like 8 or 9 clicks with a website that was terrible. And they're still multimillionaires. Why? Not because they tried to be efficient, but simply because they had the courage to be effective. Thank you. Looks like I got my staff. I got my staff on. Look at my staff right there. Y'all see that comment? It's the Freakonomics Radio Podcast. Thank you very much for that. That's the podcast. If you got an iPhone, oh yeah, it doesn't matter. If you got an iPhone, you can go to iTunes and get that podcast. If you have Android, I believe they're on Stitcher, and you can go get that podcast too. You can listen to about this same story I just gave you on Freakonomics. And that's another thing. Like, I don't just know what I'm talking about. I let other people pour into me about what I'm talking about. I wouldn't dare sit up here and give you advice on effectiveness versus efficiency if I was neither. I wouldn't dare give you advice on effectiveness and efficiency if I didn't pick up a reading book. You have to listen. If you have a dream, if you own a whatever, if you want anything out of this life, if you want it, you can go get it. But don't you dare spend all this time using prayers, procrastination, or getting ready to get ready and blame everybody else about how your product isn't going to work. Or you're always that guy. And I can't, I hate working with these guys. You're always that guy. I'm almost there. I'm working out. No, I don't want, I can do far better. In fact, Andy Stanley, who's a pastor of the church, but he's also a wonderful businessman, says it this way, and I promise you this is what we in. Andy Stanley says it this way. It is easier he said he doesn't hire thinkers. He likes to hire doers. He says it's easier to educate a doer than it is to activate a thinker. Let that sit in for a second. I'm going to repeat it, and I'm going to give you some closing remarks. It's easier to educate a doer than it is to activate a thinker. You can be the smartest person in the world, but if you don't put some feet to your idea or hire some feet to your idea, you can be a 4.0 student, but it will always be C students that run this world. A students will always end up working for somebody like me or in some laboratory somewhere. What will always happen, what will never stop, what will never cease to be, is C students know exactly how to get the job done. Go and pick efficiency. Excuse me. Go and pick effectiveness, and have effectiveness be far more powerful and far more of your business strategy than being efficiency. Once you get you a customer base, then you can focus on being efficient. Guys, my name is Antonio T. Smith Jr. If you enjoyed this video, as my staff just posted, you can join me for the Plant Better Weekly Mindset Call. It begins Sunday, October 7th. Something like this, but far much more greater, far much better. The phone number is listed below, but if you don't have access to that, it's 641-715-3865, and that code is 171617#. That's 8:30 Central Standard Time. I'm trying to be respectful to people in California because we reach millions of people a week. Here's what I need for you to do. Like this video. Share this video. If you liked it, if you hated it, comment. I don't care what you do. Just go ahead and let the Facebook algorithm take over, right? Because that's what I'm about. It's not about you liking it. It's about me being effective, right? And that's all. That's all it's about. So thank you, Antonio T. Smith Jr. Thank you for coming out. God bless you, and good night.